Welcome to r/slash idontworkherelady, where we share stories about normal people who are actual customers that are mistaken for employees at that establishment. This is TNA, top-notch audio. Get ready for some laughs. And at the end of these stories, we definitely appreciate your likes, comments, and definitely subscribe for sure. And this story is posted by u/hysterical_realist. Karen follows me into the men's restroom. A few weeks ago, I was visiting my local big box bookstore looking for good clearance items before the store closed permanently. The dead mall it was attached to is being demolished. The store has no dress code, but the employees do wear lanyards, and I wasn't. So I was browsing around my preferred sci-fi section when I realized I needed to use the nearby restroom. So I headed in that direction, which happened to also be next to the mid-store customer service counter. Karen notices me, positions herself directly in front of me, and blocking my path to my urinary destination. I don't know why you don't keep that desk staffed, but I really need your help finding my book. Are you going to help me or not? Not, I say, remembering the urgency of my business, and I step around her with the variation of, I don't work here, continuing to my destination, thinking that would be the end of the encounter. It's not to be. I hear her voice rising in pitch and volume on his way to full Karen Banshee as she literally follows me into the men's restroom, and I'm convinced she was about to grab my arm and pull me around to face her. Being conscious of social norms about public exposure, I made it into a stall and locked the door for privacy. That didn't stop her from knocking on the door and threatening to get me fired before she heard the really solid stream hit the water and, I'm convinced, realized for the first time what it was she had done. I heard her embarrassed sounding squeak and huff as she hightailed it out of there. I finished my thing and washed my hands and came out to witness her being escorted out of the store by a properly lanyarded employee. I only caught the tail end of the conversation where Karen stated she was never coming here again, and the employee had a classic response, "Neither am I. We're closing." And this story is posted by u/CPTA Lucard. Not really, but let's see if I can help. I used to work as a cashier at a well-known grocery store which includes electronics, home decor, furniture, and clothing on top of normal groceries and stuff. I don't know if it's just working in a place like that which gives you some sort of beacon to attract people to ask you for help, but it happened, and still happens, all the time. Now, me being just a naturally easygoing person and friendly, this has never bothered me even one bit, and I'm always glad to help if I can. Two quick examples before I get to my favorite story. One, I'm off the clock, clearly in normal clothes and at a different branch of the same store. A lady in her mid-20s approaches me with a soft, "Excuse me, but do you work here?" I respond with, "Well, I work for the store, just not this branch. What are you looking for though? Maybe I can help." She was looking for a bike tire pump, and I just walked with her over to the home section of the store and quickly found it. We talked the whole way there about her daughter who was apparently a gem. 2. Bro. Backwards hat, cargo shorts, the walk, you get the idea. Walks over to me as I'm browsing the children's toys looking for something for my nephew. "Hey bro, where can I find..." I don't remember now what he was after, but either way, we are currently in a store whose name is an Archer's Goal, and I was clearly not dressed to be working there. However, I had just passed by his, so I led him over to it, and he gave me a fist bump and a "thanks bro," so good times. So our main event unfolds. I was visiting home for 2 weeks, crashing at my parents' place for the holidays, and had used all of my vacation for these 2 weeks, but it was totally worth it. I'm shopping at the same chain as the one I'm employed, but this time I know this place like the back of my hand. Wait, when did that get there? My mother worked at this store when my 2 sisters and I were kids. Later, both of my sisters and my older sister's husband all worked here, and it was basically the only place we ever shopped because of this. So we jump forward in time a few years or so, and I'm just here shopping. I have about a quarter of a cart full of groceries and make my way over to the produce section. There, I see the elderly woman holding a cucumber inches away from her face, inspecting this bad boy like it's fine art, and she's a curator. I chuckle a little to myself, but curiosity kills, guys. So I ask her, "So detective, is that Cucumber who shot Mr. Bowie?" The smile on that lady's face is the greatest joy this world will ever know. So she laughed and told me that she couldn't be sure. Her eyesight was really bad and she was legally blind. At this, I asked her if she'd like any help shopping for her groceries. Oh my, that'd be just so wonderful. My heart was melting for this old lady, so hell yeah, I was going to help her. It's then that she held out her shopping list to me, and I took it and she wrapped her arm in mine like a real Dame boys. I asked her about her family, and she told me very excitedly about her 2 sons who had each served in the military, one Air Force and one Marines if you're curious, and how the older one's wife was the, and I quote, actual cutest little duck in the whole dang pond. She asked about my family and how I got on with them, and she chimed in with an occasional, "Oh, they sound so nice," or a, "Such sweet little ducks." I'm not going to lie, I pulled a fast one on her, and we actually walked probably 4 times the distance we needed to, since I took the long way to everything so that I could keep talking to her. Then we get into the checkout line, and we're talking about why she has to drink the nastiness, almond milk, instead of normal milk. Spoiler, deadly allergies. As we're there, a guy in a suit shows up and calls her by name and very excitedly talks to her like old friends. He asks her how her shopping has gone today, to which she says, "Oh, I've got the most wonderful time talking to this young man. You be sure to give him a good raise, all right?" This is the part where I realized that the man was in fact the store director. He looked at me and then back at her confused and said, "Clara, this man doesn't work here." She then got a little confused and asked me why I would go so far out of my way to help a complete stranger. My response, "Not every day you run into the actual cutest duck in the whole dang pond, but I was so glad I did." Oh, that smile again. She thanked me for everything, and I went back to my shopping as the cashier had called someone to help Clara to her car. On my way, I heard her excitedly telling the man in the suit all about her shopping trip, and it kept that huge smile on my face a little longer. I did have to start my shopping all over again since it had been a couple of hours and they had seemingly sent my abandoned cart off to the great beyond. Worth it. And this story is posted by u/Miss Fox. Crazy lady screamed at a cashier, so I screamed right back. I had just resigned from my extremely stressful retail job to pursue a career in real estate. I had been sworn at, threatened, and generally treated like crap because customer service. I had to go back to a store that was a different branch to the one I worked at, but still the same company. Some background information. In our country, electricity is prepaid, and in certain cases, a free voucher is issued in the first few days of the month, along with your prepaid voucher if you were elderly or received government assistance. This is wholly issued by the government, and the cashiers have zero control over whether or not your free ticket will be issued. So I'm standing in line behind an elderly lady, and she asked the cashier for the electricity voucher. Cashier rings up the voucher, takes the cash, and gives the elderly lady her voucher. Elderly lady looks at the voucher and says, "This isn't right. Where the F is my free voucher?" So by now, I'm steaming. I hate when cashiers are treated like dirt. Cashier explains to the lady that she doesn't control the electricity vouchers and advises the elderly lady to contact her local electricity department. This is 100% the correct answer as per the company protocol. Old lady now reaches demon spawn level and screams at the cashier. Manager comes along and explains the same thing. They don't control the vouchers and she needs to contact the electricity department. There's literally nothing else they can do. Cashier is in tears by now, and this woman is calling her a effing dumb butch and other nice things. The poor child is shaking. And then I realized that I no longer work there, so I don't need to appease the screaming banshee, and I do something I have never, ever done before. I said, "The cashier has explained this to you. The manager has explained this to you. Now I'm going to effing explain it to you. These people can't effing help you. You're a sad, miserable piece of spit who doesn't deserve the courtesy this nice girl has given you. F off." The old lady literally couldn't believe someone else called her out on her bad behavior and left. She mumbled something about she better not see me outside, and I laughed. I said she's welcome to do whatever she wants, but so am I. I'm not proud of swearing at this old lady, but no way will I stand by and watch someone being unjustly abused. By the time I finished my transaction, both the manager and cashier were smiling. I know they probably were very glad that someone could voice exactly what they were thinking. And this story is posted by u/Claudia_plot_twist. I don't work here. I'm 15 years old. I want to tell you something similar that happened to me. First of all, I'm a minor, but the shape of my body and my height makes me look like a 20 or 21 girl. This happened when I was accompanying my father at a state fair. He works as a manager in a snack company and was going to present a new product at the fair. They gave free samples of these snacks, which were potato chips and fried plantains in the shape of little sticks. I helped him distribute the samples, and everything went well. When we finished giving all the samples, a woman, clearly a Karen, but looked more conceited than usual, comes up to me and says, "Karen, excuse me, miss, did you finish giving the samples?" Me, "Yes, ma'am, we're done." Karen, "And how much do they serve back there?" They were serving more to deliver at night. Me, "That's for later, ma'am." Karen, "Can you give me some of that? My children couldn't grab when they were handed out." Behind her, two little kids, clearly not interested. Me, "Sorry, madam, that does not depend on me." Karen, "What do you mean, no? It's your job. Give me that. I need to go, and my children want to eat of it." Me, "Madam, I don't control when samples will be given. I don't work here." And then he says the phrase that we all already know. Karen, "I want you to call your superior." At this point, she was screaming angrily, and even though I wanted to talk to her the same way, I calmed down and went to my dad to talk to her. "Dad, how can I help you?" Karen, "This girl is a very bad employee. I demand that they remove his position. He has treated me very badly." My dad looks at me. I just give him a confused look. My dad sighs and says, "Dad, I think you're wrong. She doesn't work here." Karen, "I saw her working. Don't lie to me." And every time she spoke, my dad will reply the same. "She doesn't work here." Karen, "I demand to speak to the manager." Dad, "I am the manager, madam, and I will tell you one last time. My 15-year-old daughter doesn't work here." Karen didn't think I was that age, and we continued to fight for quite a while until my father got tired. Dad, "Ma'am, please go away." Karen, "What?" Dad, "I said go away. Wasn't I in a hurry to leave? So go away." The woman lasted 3 seconds trying to find a word to answer, and then she walked away very angry. We didn't see her when we distributed the samples at night. I think she did. These were 4 great stories, so we definitely thank you for listening, and do us a huge favor, comment, like, share, and definitely subscribe for sure, so you'll be able to get more of the reminders for new videos that come out in the future. Have yourselves an incredible day. This has been TNA Top Notch Audio.